TGI Friday, Hoop Heads. This is a special edition NBA trade deadline review show. Trav in the building, Big Shot in the building. Hand may stop by. We're gonna do this. We are going with 30-minute shows. We're gonna try to get this condensed, hard hitting, fast paced. 30 minutes. We know it's Friday night. Y'all got things to do, and y'all got things to do on Wednesday night too. Remember, subscribe to the YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, join the Facebook group, 94 Feet of Life. So, Giannis and Ja stayed put, but there was more movement than I think a lot of people expected. So, Trav, kind of, you'll get to the Giannis and Ja part. Hopefully, Ham can join us, but what trade kind of stood out to you? Whether, even if it wasn't a surprise, something that kind of stood out.
Man, the Porzingis one kind of like opened my eyes up for a minute, but the Jared Jackson
Yeah.
to Utah, that was the one. That was the one. It surprised me because it was like it gave the dramatics down here in Memphis to like, oh, we on our way to doing something real crazy at this point. We about to reconstruct this team. We just one more piece away from doing what we gotta do. And I just watched the news and they talking about a price on the FedEx form and all that stuff like that. I'm like, oh man. So, but yeah, that was the one. That was the one.
I thought so. So from the Memphis side of things, and Ham has been kind of pointing to this for a while. I think obviously you are now going into a complete rebuild. 13 first round picks in the next 7 years. You are likely not going to draft all 13.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh, the Ja Domino becomes the next piece. Obviously, this summer, what happens with him? But it goes to show you, man. And this is my thing. Like tanking is sound good until you actually have to do it. Because the thing what people forget about tanking is not like in the NFL where you could be good one year, bad the next, and then good again. In the NBA, when you are a bad team, it takes years to get out of that. So if this is Memphis's plan, Ja Morant or not, the people of Memphis are going to have to buckle in because this is going to be a long 3 to possibly 5 years of this.
They're gonna be miserable, big shot. They're gonna be miserable because they're not used to losing in that type of magnitude, like in
Right.
those bunches. Even with their college program with the Tigers, they're not used to losing in that type of magnitude, and that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt. It's gonna hurt the city, and that's why you hear me hollering, talking about Seattle, Vegas, Nashville, because they don't, down here, they do not support losing. They do not support it. So if it happens, buckle up. Buckle up to the point you may have to take that three hour drive to Nashville, not only to see the Tennessee Titans play. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah. I think for Utah's point of view on the trade, what I do like about the trade is here's the other side about tanking. You can only do tanking for so long.
Right.
At some point, you have to start building your team toward being good. Like, you're not going to become Oklahoma City or the Spurs overnight. Like, you you first of all you have to hit on that generational talent,
Hmm.
SGA, a Wimby, but it still takes time to get to that point. So I like the fact that Utah's taking the swing. Ace Bailey, Laurie Markkinen, Jaren Jackson. You got Keontae George. You got Isaiah Collier. Like you have nice young players.
Yes.
And now you gotta build smartly. And maybe Utah, you about maybe 2 years away from being a playoff team.
Utah is a nice. They build it. They're
They
building.
build.
They're building.
Now we gotta talk about our boy, the Beard. Hey,
And,
you know what
and you
people
know, and and the
go
Jared
ahead.
Jackson one again. But that one did surprise me. That's the funny part. That didn't surprise me. Out
Mhm.
of all of them, that did not surprise me.
Now, here's what I say. People get mad at James Harden, but you know what my thing is? You people get mad at James Harden for the same thing you do in your life.
Mm.
When you ask for a raise and you don't get it, you start looking for a new job. I don't care whether you were a custodian, an accountant, a sales rep. You want some new money and you don't get it, you start looking for a new job. People mad at James Harden because James Harden treat the game like as a job, like the job that it is,
Can't get
and
mad
he
at can't get mad at what he do because
and,
he's still playing ball. And why
and
you gonna get mad at how he do it? Because he successfully got out of the places that he wanted to get out of
James didn't want to be there, just like you didn't want to be at your job no more. He left.
and found another one.
He got out of it. He got OKC didn't want to come up off the money. He got out of there.
Right.
Houston, he didn't like the situation with how that team was being built.
Got out
He
of it.
got out of there.
Brooklyn.
Got to Brooklyn. Things go sideways in Brooklyn for whatever reasons. Up, no, get me out of here.
Get me out
He
of here.
off to Philly. Daryl Morey told me a lie.
Get
I'm
out
out
of
of
here.
here. So now I will say this for Cleveland. Um, the Harden Donovan Mitchell fit, I think, is going to be tricky. That's two ball dominant guys. Even though James is a really good passer playmaker, James still gonna put their ball between his legs for 5 to 8 seconds of possession.
Oh, you gonna hear the ghost of the Harlem Gold Travelers thing going along when he dribbled that rock now. You gonna hit he didn't cool down a lot. That's the thing. He didn't cool down a lot. Maybe he got older or whatever it may be,
Right.
but when he cooking, you gonna hear it. You gonna hear it.
Uh,
I promise you gonna hear it.
Now, I think that may now what that does make for Cleveland is now they also traded DeAndre Hunter, which I thought DeAndre Hunter apparently was unhappy. But now in the playoff game, end of the game, you got two guys, Harden and Mitchell, who are really good at the end of the game. Now, what's going to have to happen for Cleveland, though, is now they got to figure out these wing guys, your Sam Merrills, uh, Jalen Tyson, like some of those guys going to have to really step it up because even though, you know, Darius Garland, Darius Garland was still 16 to 18 points a game. Now, yeah, you replace now with Harden, but now with Hunter gone, that small forward position now got to get productive. But I think they go, Flight and Willie from White Men Can't Jump.
You know what though? If they play this card right, Mobley and Allen can have nice paint touches. Nice
Yeah,
paint touches. Nice
yeah.
paint touches. Off that screen and roll, rim run to the basket.
Screen
Call
roll, run, run.
one thing James can do, he can manipulate that floater into a lob.
Oh man, he one of the best ever at that. That manipulating that pick and roll, getting in the paint, that floater, that float lob.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, it'll be interesting to see kind of what they draw up. Now, a low key move I did like was Boston trading for Vucevic.
Oh man.
Good move.
That's a very sneaky good move for Boston. They
Yeah.
needed size. I think when you're with Boston's at, I think as we're taping it, Boston is second or third in the East.
They're third in it. They're third in the East.
Third in the East right now. Obviously, their season, which we all thought they were going to be in a tank situation, has gone much better than expected. I like that pickup for them because you're gonna have to deal with the physicality of the Pistons. You have to deal with the physicality of the Knicks in a playoff series. You needed another big body.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Cleveland goes, I just think they added more excitement. I don't think that they're going to be. I don't think they're going to be New York. I really don't even think they can be Philly. If Philly is geared and Joel is Joel, and they load manage Joel enough to where he can give you those 30+ minutes when we get to late April, May.
Mm-hmm.
It's a problem.
Philadelphia is going to be a tough out. I think next week on our show we're going to have kind of a preview of the second half. We're going to get more into how this East is shaping out. But Hams, definitely say that thought because Philly's going to be tough. The Knicks picking up Alvarado I like it. I think the one thing the Knicks have sort of, I'm not gonna say they lost their identity, but going from Tibbs to Mike Brown, they don't play with the same intensity.
Yeah, it ain't the same intensity.
With the same green. You bring in Alvarado and you say, Jose, just for 15 minutes a game, turn tempo. He gonna pick up. He from New York. Hey, let me tell you something. The Bronx and Queens will be in the building for Jose Alvarado. Right. And hey, Jose, we need you to harass Donovan Mitchell for 10 minutes. We need you to harass Cade Cunningham 5 minutes.
Hey,
he can do that.
Jose just like them cats. He got them cats that Tony Yayo was talking about that Fat Joe had. He got them boys that dance with the back. He's ready to die.
Oh yeah, Jose is he's a knife dancer. He's a knife dancer. Now the most surprising trade was Zubac going to the Pacers. That one I did not expect.
I was shocked by that one. Now that I was like, dang, why? And I'm thinking about that from the Clippers standpoint. Why?
And Ham when that trade happened, I thought of Ham because Ham has consistently for 10 years since the 10 years, no, 11, 13 years I've been talking ball with Ham on Facebook, has consistently said the Clippers got bad juju. And here go my thing. Y'all 17 of you've won 17 of your last 21. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Harden, okay. Fine. But Zubac was a real foundational piece for this. Now, did they get a good haul of picks? Yeah. If the pick goes 5 to 9, it becomes your pick. But this is one of the things I am not a fan of when it comes to tanking. Like, we rolling. We're not a quote unquote title contender, but we having a good space, and then we just say, forget it. I am not a fan of that at all. But I will tell you this, and the hand trap jumping on this. What Indiana got when Tyrese comes back next year,
that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good because now you ain't got to worry about You ain't got to worry about the loss of Turner that much. And you
Right.
got a big, efficient big. Zubac has more than improved his game over the past 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Improved a hell of a lot. So with him, with that type of big, not somebody that's gonna stretch the floor like Turner used to do, but somebody that hey, I can get a rebound. This stick back ain't nothing. I can kick this thing back out. I can tap it back out with the best of them. Just him being a big presence for the Pacers is important, especially for the type of team and with that tempo that they run with. Yes.
Yeah. And then you had some other trades, and then we want to get into some of the bigger. We got about 15 minutes left. I want to get into the bigger picture stuff of Giannis and Ja. The Chicago Bulls is money laundering.
Speaking of that,
like we just gonna do this, the poo-poo platter of just guards and second round picks, and it's like the general manager says we're not trying to be in the middle. First of all, you said that 5 years ago, and y'all have been to play-in 4 times, so okay. But then you do all of this. You didn't do if you really gonna like we gonna tank out and whatever we gonna do. You didn't trade nothing that would go to that. So what was the point? I don't understand, pick swaps and all that. That ain't my business to know. But what the Bulls kept trading around, that was recycling. That's recycling and money laundering.
Were Chicago the team in this whole trade deadline process that was the team to clean the money?
Oh yeah.
That's what it seemed like. Everything was going to Chicago. If you need a 3-man trade, hey, let's get Chicago involved in. Let's clean this money up. Let's clean this up. That's exactly what I felt like it. That's exactly what it seemed. So yeah.
All right.
That organization fucking depresses me, man. Just the stuff that they do. It's like what I try to celebrate the game, and the Bulls they really interrupt it. It's like
you know what it is, Ham. We try not to be back in our day guys, but we know when the big markets are good. It's a different thing when Chicago, New York, LA are good.
Yeah.
It's a different feel to it. It's a different vibe. And the Bulls have just spent they spent basically the entire post Derrick Rose era just being
mediocre at best.
To top it all off, the Bulls fans ain't even getting the game, but they got to watch that shit. Like, are you serious?
I don't know how.
Man.
And then you get rid of your best guard. I believe your best guard. You get rid of him, ship him off to Charlotte.
Hey, I'm gonna say this, and Ham kind of put us on now. Charlotte is very close.
Oh, them folks legit.
They're close. They got
8 straight right now.
You got Lonzo, you got Brandon Miller, you got Con Mullen, Chris Knuppel.
You got the big fella Diabate.
You got Diabate. You got Kalgenbrenner. Like you have things to.
Deion James is already 25 years old. Damn. I like Sion though. Sion do all the ski man stuff.
Yeah, but they are like 1 or 2 more ski mask dirty work guys away. They can score. They got the score. They got the offense. Lonzo, Brandon, and Khan take care of that.
You mean Melo? Melo.
Yeah, Melo. I'm sorry. Melo, Khan, and Brandon take care of the scoring. They need a couple more gritty guys. A couple more guys with.
I said Melo ain't got to force nothing. He ain't got to take no bad shots. He just go play point guard, distributed work. You got 2 hitters, both of them letting it fly.
Yeah, Melo's. So I like it. Shout out to Kuminga finally getting his trade. I know the Hawks wasn't really in it, but good for Kuminga, man. Like
he had to go. He had to go.
I don't care about what the fit was with Golden State. What they did for the last 2 years, that was bogus. And I like Steve Kerr. I like the organization, but them last 2 years, come on.
They're wrong for that. I'm wrong for that.
To keep him there that long and continue to do that was bogus. That was real bogus.
Now, let me say this. Now we're going to get to the big picture stuff. And I'm glad Ham joined us because we got about 10 minutes. I'm going to just breeze through with Giannis. Giannis, I'm going to do this real. Giannis got to get a little James Harden about himself. When James say, I'm ready to go, James go. Giannis is doing this 1 foot in, 1 foot out thing. Come on, Giannis.
Can't do that.
You can't do it. Either put both feet over the line or put both feet back in line and close the door and lock it. But pick a side.
Big shot.
As I see Ham say on Facebook on his post when he's giving the people now, pick a side. Pick a side.
Big shot.
Go ahead, Dre.
The way that Giannis is moving, he can phone the perfect player that actually played for him that was in this same type of situation as he was. Dame Lillard was in the same situation at Portland. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm going to stay loyal, but end up leaving.
It never worked.
He's back at Portland. He need what are you getting out of it at this point now? What are you getting out of being at Milwaukee now? You done won the chip, you done got the money. You want to get another one, it's not gonna be in Milwaukee again.
Or you be cool with what's going on.
That is.
Or you pick one. You just be cool with it.
I'm gonna tell you why I ain't got no issue with what Giannis doing.
All right.
He may just not want to move. He may just
that's
not
fine.
And I don't have no problem with him keeping his knee and foot on them people's neck to get him what he need for the simple fact that he gave y'all everything. Everything that y'all wanted, he delivered. It took 50 years to get it after Kareem did it the first time.
But
what you have here, Milwaukee.
I see that, Ham.
Milwaukee, they riding with him. But as far as with Giannis goes, it's just like, hey, fuck you. You got a little bit of time left to do this, Giannis. As far as this goes or whatever.
He gotta go. And I see that. And I understand that. But you can't showcase it. That disgruntledness that he's showing at this point, you can't just showcase this and be like, that's like,
hey, put up 50 in the closeout game in the final.
That one of them almost always trying to fight type dudes, man. Almost always trying to fight.
Trav, you say he's a hold me back. He a hold me back.
Yeah. You can't do that.
Giannis cuss through people out of 5 different languages if you got to get your point across, man.
He getting it. The point is across. The action's got to go now.
Hardware, put your stock into that warehouse. I mean, that beer factory that Laverne is currently working in. Put your stock in everything in Milwaukee. Bring back Cuckoo Cow. Do all of it.
This man say Cuckoo Cow.
One side for cool.
Damn, man. The hell with the media. Perk talking about you a coward because you ain't required. You gonna call him out a coward because
Yeah,
when
Perk, he
got
went too
hurt,
far.
He went too far. He
Now,
did say that.
if you want to be annoyed, if
Perk
you
is
want to be
behind that
annoyed
ball.
with Giannis, that's one thing. If you want to be annoyed with Giannis, okay. But Perk has always got to go too far.
He gotta do it. He gotta do it.
Now, let's do this for the last 5 minutes. And I'm gonna say this. And now Ham, this is you. This is your squad. This is my thing with Ja. At this point, I think the thing for Ja now has got to be rediscovering the love of the game. The extras, as Ham has well documented, the gun charge is 3 years old. The gun charge is 3 years old. He's
Been
not a
about it.
felon. He's
He ain't
not a
been
felon.
there.
It's over. It's over. But I think I want that for him. Is you gotta find, he gotta refine that part, that spark to his game. Like Ham watching, you watch him a lot closely, more closely than I do, me or Trav and I do. If you were sitting with him and say, hey, you didn't get, the move didn't happen. We got 2 months left in the season. Whatever happens, if something happens. What are you saying and telling him going forward?
First thing first, we got to get him back on the floor. He needs to be back on the court because that's his therapy. He stated it himself. Mm-hmm. You hit it spot on where I was going with this as far as rediscovering the passion and the love, which I think is there. It's just that this business started fucking with it.
Yeah.
You know, and we seen a lot of guys kind of, you know, if they didn't fully bite the dust, they took a big hit here. And this is part of the growth, maturity. This will make you grow up. I will say this. I don't give a fuck about the messenger. Hold on 1 second.
Brad, why Ham duck out real quick? He'll be back. What's your thought?
Ja gonna have to get it together, and the organization gonna have to get it together one way or another. Do I think Memphis will answer for a whole lot for Durant that a team couldn't? They kind of out bargained themselves. I think they did. I think that's what Memphis was mainly doing. They was out bargaining that trade.
They overestimated the trade.
Yes. Instead of giving up Ja Morant and 3 draft picks, you want Ja Morant and 7 draft picks, knowing nobody ain't gonna bite for it. So now you kind of gotta be stuck with it. Yeah, you may have a couple of teams want to entertain it, but at the same time, they ain't gonna bite because that's too much out of their team budget to sacrifice. But Ham, go back to what you were about to say, because I think you was about to hit on another good point too.
Like the business side of it messed with him in the whole deal, but that's what's gonna make him grow up. You know, just in general. When he's on the floor, that's his squad still.
Oh yeah,
you see that it shows. It's the command is still there. Now he just gotta be real about it. And okay, some of this he's doing already. I think he's buying into what the system is. He may not feel it. He may not. It took some time.
Mm-hmm.
Buying into it, and he's buying into it because the other dudes are buying into it, and it look cool. You know what I'm saying? He elevates the play around him still when he's on the floor. That's just the case of it. Now, it might be a situation where he don't need to be the one no more. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know how we, I view that in general. 6'5" and under is your best player. That's a tall order. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To try to win in that manner. But he got some hitters that can grow into that. Cedric Coward can literally.
Yes, Lord.
I don't know what his ceiling really is.
But the man.
But the raw, what we see right now, is like it's high. You know? So, but y'all just he got to be committed to getting himself healthy. He really does have to evolve how he trains, evolve how he goes about doing his work. He's trying to evolve his game and not be so reckless because of the injuries. It's kind of fucked up because this injury, he got basically a Tommy John injury, and he got to play a defense, make a great defensive play, block the shot. He banged his elbow on the rim, you know, and it's like, and he played on. He just thinking he in his 40 bone and, you know, he good. They go review it, he got a UCL sprain. It's like, what the fuck? You ain't throw 117 pitches the other day? What the hell you get that?
You know what? I think the next evolution of his game is because he'll be 27 in August, which is still your prime.
Right, prime, right.
The next part of his game to me is I would say, Ja, let's put on the tape of New Orleans, Chris Paul, and the early years of Steve Nash and Phoenix. Because that was guys who were great at manipulating pick and roll.
Yes.
They could get into spots on the floor that nobody could defend. It doesn't require him to, as Ham talked about, to go to the basket with reckless and take the hit, but it still allows him to be aggressive. I think that's the next part of his game. And I think if he stays in Memphis in the system, the coaching also has to evolve with this and say, look, we are better. You know, Ja Morant is not James Harden, dribble at the top of the floor. But he's the guy who really should be controlling the action. He's really the person who should have it. And he's in his prime. I mean, young Ja was still not like a terrible decision maker. He wasn't really careless and reckless with the ball. He was careless, reckless with his own body. But I think there has to be the medium. And I think for him, it's really important. Jay Ham has talked about training different. You know, I think Ja is somebody who I would really like to see spend. I'm not even saying, you know, we laugh and joke about like Rico, but he really needs something like that where you could just go for a summer and just hoop just really find the rhythm and find the love of the game again. Because as Hans pointed out, and Travis Jerley jump in, we're gonna get out of here in about a couple minutes. The business of the NBA, as we've seen this week, can be tiring. The business can wear you out. And when the business can wear you out, it takes away the fact that, damn, I really love basketball. And I want that for him more than anything else. Because when 22-year-old Ja, 2022 Ja was as fun a thing as we have seen in this league in a long time.
And I told John Harden and Darian Newsom this on the happy hour a couple weeks ago. I said, I know why these offers are low and they feel low ball. It ain't supposed to happen. That's why. We'll be dumb as fuck for trading dude in that fashion. And I also stated this back in August when we were just talking about it, and Darian just brought it up as a question like, hey, what you think about the idea of trading Ja? I said, I don't like it. But if you got to make that move, you trade Jaren. For the simple fact that I knew with Jaren, his availability had been there. You pretty much maxed him and capped him on what he's going to be.
Yeah.
You can get an upgrade for that a lot easier than what you could get the value back or even an upgrade, try to attempt an upgrade for Ja. Move Trip now if you go move either one of them. I would have preferred you move Trip instead of Bane, but I understand. Because we did get Cedric Coward back out of that deal. So it's like that worked itself out. But, and it's nothing against Trip. It's just, you know what you got with Trip. You probably cap that off as far as you ain't going to win with that combination no way. But if you can keep one of them pieces, why not keep the box office global superstar that selling tickets, tennis shoes, merch, the whole deal. Why not keep that and keep that sector of your base happy?
You know the guy in this Trav, definitely jump in. I don't know what the contract is, and I don't know. I know the terms that he left were not great. But I'll be honest with you. This evolved version of Dylan, I'd make a call.
He needed to leave though.
He needed a fresh
Now,
start.
he may have needed a fresh start, but if you saying
he needed to leave so he could be able to do that comfortably.
but do you think he could do it comfortably in this new iteration? Now you don't have Jay. You got Ja, Coward.
I mean, if I had the choice right now of having Dylan or having Kentavious, I would have still rather had Dylan and nothing against Kentavious.
Yeah.
You know what though?
You know,
I would at this point, I would not want Dylan Brooks back to Memphis again.
Nah. I mean,
not now.
Okay.
Not now.
I feel like he needed to leave.
But he
only
needs
to let that happen and then kind of be that OG now for that young Phoenix squad. And he can kind of like, they can trust him and he let his game grow.
Okay.
It's a matter of time, and I think that with Dylan, you know what I'm saying? Because he made a good point about Zach Kleiman. He was like, gave up on us too early. We was young dudes. We got along with each other. We loved playing with each other. We were playing hard for you. Fair point.
And to me, that's the point as we wrap up the show is when you do that, and this you have to be careful with this because in this league, unlike the NFL, unlike Major League Baseball, I don't know how it gets down in hockey, but I can imagine it. Once you decide to make the decision to tank, it is very hard to get it back. Once you decide to break up a team's parts like that, it is extremely difficult. It take a long time. You look at Brooklyn. Look at what Brooklyn was 3 years ago.
Yeah. They pulled all them pieces apart and sent them all.
They pulled all the pieces apart.
Look at it.
Look at the Wizards. When the Wizards finally said they had enough of John Wall and John Wall. John was hurt, I get it. But once you make that move to get rid of a star, look where the Wizards been at. We on year 6 of them being.
Yeah.
And that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, yo, this is poverty franchise behavior that y'all talking about here. We just rebuild. No, we were just taking and rebuilding to get Zach Edey a couple years ago. Okay, it was just 2 years ago. You don't want to continue this pattern. Continue on.
Look at Sacramento.
Ooh.
Sacramento was the 3rd seed 3 years ago.
Sure was.
Was the 3rd seed.
Hey.
And now
everybody going to Keegan Murray.
And they talking about and now you talk about this summer we got to somehow find DeRozan, Levine, Sabonis. We got to find some way to get rid of all 3 of these highly paid vets. Like, man, so you have to be careful, man. And I was telling this to Trav. Trav chimed in, man. You can only do it first of all, you just can only tank.
So long.
You can only do it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
You just cannot continue to recycle these picks and regain this pick and this. Because I was reading something, they said already, like 2026 draft is great. They're like, 2027, no. The 2027 draft ain't it.
MJ says it all the time. There's a draft every year.
You know what I mean? So we're going to get up out of here. Next, our regular show Wednesday is going to be the second half preview. Obviously, we got to lead. We did the All-Star Weekend preview. This Wednesday, we're going to get into Now the deadline is over. The second half, and we're gonna talk about the contenders because
Playoff races. Here we
the
go.
playoff races is here. I was telling the guys, we are 4 weeks away from the first conference tournaments in Martin in the NCAA. We ain't 4 weeks away. So we are absolutely in the stretch. Trav in the building, Ham in the building, Big Shot.